Currently, the most common methods of identifying a person are signature, ID cards, and passwords. All these identifying methods are becoming increasingly vulnerable day by day. People want more security over their electronically stored data and online procedures. For this reason, there is a new field of technology based on the measurement of unique physical characteristics, called biometrics. This is biometrics in plain English. Biometrics isn't just an epic spy movies. It is a real security system that some people use every day in their jobs. When you use biometrics, it usually asks for two types of verification, a password and a biometric input. After entering the password verification, the computer searches its own database for a biometric template. You must then enter a biometric input, whether it's an eye scan, facial recognition, etc. Then, the system matches the input with the template. If they are the same, access is granted. There are two types of matching the system can perform, one-to-one matching and one-to-many matching. In one-to-one matching, the system compares only one sample stored in the database. If the scan and the sample match, the person is positively verified. However, in one-to-many matching, the system searches all of the stored samples and tries to find the right match, or at least the best match. If there is a similar match, the person is positively identified. There are two types of biometric identifiers, physiological and behavioral. Some of the physiological identifiers are facial recognition, fingerprints, retina and iris scans, hand geometry, DNA identification, etc. Some of the behavioral identifiers are keystroke dynamics, which are typing rhythms, gait, which is the walking rhythm, voice recognition, signature recognition, etc. Let's take a look at some of these identifiers a little bit closely. Facial recognition systems vary according to the features they measure. Some look at shadow patterns, while others scan heat patterns or thermal images. These systems are strong enough to find the tiniest differences in facial patterns, even between people as similar as identical twins. Fingerprint readers or scanners are the most popular and most common form of biometric security devices used. A long time ago they were huge. Now, a fingerprint scanning device can be small enough to be incorporated into a laptop for security. A fingerprint is made up of a pattern of bumps and wrinkles as well as different sorts of characteristics. Fingerprint scanning essentially provides an identification of a person based on the recognition of those unique patterns in a fingerprint. The process consists of the following. The reader scans the image. Then, it separates the bumps from the pits in the given image. The noise is removed and the bumps are sharpened using various filters. The image gets thinned. All the bumps are only 1 pixel thick. Once the thinned fingerprint map is available, the system compares it with the image stored in the database. If they match, the person may access. An eye scan scans the retina of your eye with an infrared light. Your retina in your eye is like your own personal barcode. It doesn't change over time or after surgery. Even blind people can use it. So, which one is better to keep the data safe? Actually, it depends. The following 7 categories have to be analyzed to find out which biometric technology would fit your requirement better. Universality. It describes how commonly a biometric is found in each individual. Uniqueness. It is how well the biometric separates one individual from another. Permanence. It measures how well a biometric resists aging. Collectability. It explains how easy it is to acquire a biometric for measurement. Performance. It indicates the accuracy, speed, and stability of the system capturing the biometric. Acceptability. It indicates the degree of approval of a technology by the public in everyday life. Circumvention. It shows how hard it is to fool the authentication system. If you look at the table, the best biometric is the fingerprint. After fingerprint, the second best is facial recognition. We learned the types of biometrics, how they work, and which one is better. Now, where do we use this technology? Actually, it is everywhere. In banks, computers, law enforcement, business and residential access control, automobiles, cellular phones, voter registration, military ID, hotels, interactive TVs, and so on. Biometrics is some of the most popular devices and is used all around the world, but even advanced technology devices such as biometric ones have advantages and disadvantages to them. As an advantage, they cannot be forgotten and therefore always available. Also, you don't need to memorize multiple passwords with the fear of forgetting them. You can use a single biometric protection for multiple accesses. However, besides these pros, there are also the cons. First of all, it may be difficult for devices such as facial recognition or voice verification to work. This is because small changes such as puffy eyes or a raspy voice might make it harder for it to recognize you. Also, criminals have been known to cut off fingers or use a victim's face to hack into a biometric system. The final disadvantage is that some biometrics is very expensive. Sometimes the cost of the device isn't what it's worth. Nowadays, biometrics is becoming an essential part of our lives. By understanding the biometrics and using them, we can feel a little more secure. I'm Minal Ernal, and this is Biometrics Explained in Plain English.